After years of pretty public in dev cycle, the self-proclaimed rare land-like Pisa Tower has finally been realized, and I have to admit I was really skeptical, not because I don't like Borderland, but in fact because I do applied Rare Land 4. In Anticeptions of Pisa Towers lies because I was really interested in answering the following questions: where fat Italian guide platformers with the momentum and collections focus this underspent market in dire need of new entries, or was the executions of that formula so masterfully done that they literally could have done anything, and the superficial qualities laid on top of that formula irrelevant? Having reached the apex of the Pisa Tower, I can tell you this answer to that question does not actually matter, because Pisa Tower is not just a visual homage to Rare Land, but a game that takes its principles and twists them in new and interesting ways. Execute with the boss, a high bar for quality and a sharp focus on presentation, resulting in a game that isn't just a must-play for fans of Oreo, but a must-play for any fan of 2D platformer. Rain Spade's Foiling Pizza shop is situated next to an albeit metamorphic loving tower of pizza. Wearing a giant-level pizza will be Peppino's Sundyne. It's your job to scale all 5 floors of the tower, containing a handful of levels in each, to climb to the top and claim victory. But what makes this exploit a rare themed adventure is a few design elements borrowed from that series, most important of which is momentum. Peppino has the ability to move at really high speeds, but it does not happen at the click of a button, at least not immediately. Your run will escalate into a few different tiers of speed, the highest of which has Peppino's riding of bad guys like they are not even there and blasting through metal walls, but it's not just the building of that speed that makes Peppino fun to control. It's all the ways in which you can cash in on that speed to do different maneuvers. Speed can be maintained even if you turn 118 degrees, provided you give yourself enough time to drift and change that velocity duck while sprinting, and you can roll into tight spots. And there's even a Super Metroid-like Shine Spark that lets you convert momentum into a completely vertical super jump. Jumping into a wall will have Peppino climb through vertical obstacles with easy, as long as he had that running start. But I think maybe the biggest way in which momentum feels different from Rare Land is modern, not handheld screen real estate and the modified level design that comes with it, because as fast as Rare could, we would not really be able to maintain these top speeds until a second playthrough, or until its iconic return trips through levels on the way out, because without prior knowledge the screen was too small to telegraph what's coming for ahead of you, which in turn decided more computerized level sections and slower puzzle solving. So despite a future list that's very obviously and very intentionally in homage to Rare Land, when you are playing it you realize that may have ultimately made on the best 2D Sonic cellbait, one with a strong main twist that unquestionable threats can be beaten with momentum instead or just avoided, and it is glorious. The money crawling dash Peppino does at top speeds is hilariously apt visualization of how you will feel when you are blasting your way through these levels. There's a secrets hiding in each level and even the hub world itself, but there's also time incentives to run through the levels again. Second playthroughs open up the ability to do a second lap, and your time to exceed, making the high instantly and this margins even more intense and more than. But additional mechanics where that Rare Landed balance can be more explicitly felt is how progressions work and how powers up are handled. Getting to the end of level is not your only or even primary goal. There's 5 pizza toppings in every level, each providing money that is needed to be sent to the next level of the tower. with higher floors demanding more and more content to be completed. Toppings are not placed in secret locations. They are usually along the critical path or at most slightly off it, which means you do need to keep your eyes peeled, but you will largely stay on the high speed roller coaster that's storyline at each level. Peppino powering up is usually some sort of melody inflicted on him by enemies within the level. Eating spicy wood will make Peppino split fire and destroy TNT blocks. Blocking into a rocket will have Peppino sent flying at high speeds and able to destroy any obstacle in his path. There are all pretty oval tools that impact your speed and have Peppino control in different ways, seldom being a puzzle solving mechanic and more so just ways to open doors that meet them well.